Hi, my name is Isaac Schultz of the Houston Symphony, and we're talking about the TMEA Bassoon All-State Etudes. This is the video for number 25. So this etude, we are introduced to something we haven't had to deal with that much, which are staccato fast notes. So, of course, the challenge here is going to be how do we get these staccato fast notes to happen without cracking a lot of notes all the time. So in order to get a really nice staccato quality, you're going to want to be generally on the very tip of your tongue throughout this piece. And there are a number of different ways that we can practice this. The first is by doing breath attacks. So, of course, the G sharps cracked there, which was not aided by the breath attacks. So G sharp is going to be one of the bigger challenges of this etude, and it's going to be really important to learn how to play that note really well and be able to really articulate on it without it cracking. And the secret is it's all in your half-hole placement. So that's about the right spot. And basically you want to experiment with a lot of different sizes of half-hole, going from like the full coverage, which is obviously not optimal, to nothing down at all, which also cracks. So you need to learn exactly how much half-hole you need to place in order to have that note not crack. Another note which can be challenging is a C sharp. And in terms of fingering selection, if ever there was a time for 2-3-F, it is now. 2-3-F is in the left hand, C sharp key, no D, no low D key, just C sharp key with your thumb, and then 1, 2, 3, and then in your right hand it's going to be 2, 2, 3, F. So 2, 3, F. And this is the brightest and also the fastest C sharp fingering to respond out of all of them. So for me, for sometimes in this etude, the claw, which is 2, 3, F, and then you add in the first finger and the thumb on the B flat key in the right hand, can be technically a little easier to get to than 2, 3, F. However, 2, 3, F is going to give you your best shot at getting a clean articulation on those C sharps. You also have to be able to play staccato and articulate throughout the range of the instrument. Near the end of the etude, you have a section where it goes all the way down to C sharp. And then, of course, throughout the etude, you have to be playing it in the tenor register as well. So it's really important to isolate and really practice your ability for articulation on all of these different notes. And you can even do it in just a simple E major scale by going. Excuse me. But that's something that I would spend a good deal of time practicing, and that is going to be related really closely to your success on this etude. And another thing to look at is maintaining the rhythmic integrity of the figure, quarter note and 4/8 notes. So the tendency is going to be to spend too much time on the quarter note and then to rush the 8th notes. And the way that you can combat this is by either getting a metronome and setting the metronome to quarter notes instead of the measure, which is how you would normally feel it, or you can practice. So I didn't do the other articulations there, but you get the idea. Basically, you split the quarter notes into 8th notes and then practice it like that. So that's something I would spend some time with also. A note for how to practice this while you're learning it is that the articulation itself is actually an added layer of difficulty. And so if you want to, what I did when I was learning this etude is that I spent a lot of time practicing the articulated runs slurred. So basically what I just did, and stuff like that. So the reason why this works is that a lot of times if we're articulating stuff, our tonguing can actually compensate for rhythmic inaccuracies in our fingers. So even if we aren't playing very cleanly and very evenly in our fingers, it sounds much more even than it is, because with our tonguing, that kind of helps to regulate it. So I think that it's really important to spend a lot of time practicing it slurred to really make sure that your technique is spot on. Anyway, now I'll play the performance of this etude, but thanks for tuning into the series, and best of luck to you guys in your preparation. Thanks.